Hello Internet, welcome back to Tromsø Twilight, the channel where I, Vincent, talk to you, the universe, about books, movies, music I enjoy, find interesting, or a combination of the two. As you have not failed to notice, I'm sure, the 98th Academy Awards, that is the Oscars, are drawing close, nearly 100 years of the Oscar ceremony, and the last time it's going to be shown on television. From next year it's going to be on YouTube, so I'm told, so I hear. Now, the media cycle is gearing up. Everybody's discussing who is going to win the Oscars this year. Which film will get Best Movie? Will it be Sinners? Will it be Sentimental Value? Sentimental Value is nominated for 9 Oscars this year, so we're going to be hearing a lot about the Oscars in Norway, since the movie and the director are from Norway. But instead of trying to predict the Oscars, I thought it would be fun to play a game which we can call the alternative Oscars, or we can call it the Tromsø Twilight Academy Awards, where I'm going to pick a person or a movie in each category that I think is just as good, if not better, than those that were nominated, and I'm going to give the award to that person or that movie. I'm not going to do every category, but I'm going to do all the major categories. Just to clarify, people or movies that I mentioned may have been nominated in other categories, but not in the category that I'm discussing in each case. Okay, let's do it. So, actor in a leading role, best actor in a leading role. The nominees this year are Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, which unfortunately I haven't seen yet. I'm sure it's very good. And Wagner Morn in The Secret Agent. These are some pretty worthy nominations this year, better than many years. If I had to predict it, I think it'll probably go to Timothée Chalamet. Personally, I am going to give the best actor in a leading role to Willem Dafoe in Late Fame. I think he did a beautiful job of playing a very subtle, complicated character in a very sophisticated, beautiful, moving story. And I think it's really what cinema acting is all about, kind of showing the character through what you don't show, performing a lot of the time through mannerisms, through the face, just a beautiful, soulful performance. Willem Dafoe, Best Actor, Tromsø Twilight Academy Awards 2026. So as not to be sexist, we're going straight to Best Actress in a Lead Role. We'll do Supporting Man afterwards. Now, the Best Actresses in Leading Roles this year, the nominations are Jessie Buckley in Hamnet, which I haven't seen yet, Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Renate Reinsve in Sentimental Value, Kate Hudson in Song Song Blue, and Emma Stone in Begonia. If I had to choose between these people, I would definitely give it to Emma Stone. However, the Tromsø Twilight Academy Award for Best Woman in a Leading Role, Best Actress in a Leading Role, goes to Leah Muren in The Ugly Stepsister. Leah Muren came basically out of nowhere to do this movie. She did so much, so well in this film. She's hugely flawed, very likable. You manage to trace her development from a kind of ditzy, pretty, innocent, clumsy girl into a quite self-obsessed, narcissistic, mono-minded individual, and then through a kind of horrific transformation and collapse. Leah Muren, Best Actress in a Leading Role. Right, from now on, I'm not going to say what the Oscars nominees are. I'm just going to talk about my awards. But Best Actor in a Supporting Role, I think of the people nominated for the Oscars, Stellan Skarsgård deserves the Oscar. But there are 3 people who should have been nominated, in my opinion, who were not nominated. And that is Aidan Delbis in Begonia, who plays the cousin. He's amazing in that film. Alexander Skarsgård in Pelion. He could have got it, but the role is maybe, although he does a lot through suggestion and it has a beautiful performance in the final act, the role is maybe not so demanding for him. So I am going to give it to Michael Stahlberg in After the Hunt. This to me was like a movie-defining supporting role. A lot of what he did made sense of the central character, and also he just stole every scene that he's in. Such a brilliant character actor. We're giving it to Michael Stolberg. Of the nominees for Best Actress in a Supporting Role, I think the two that it should go to are either Inger Isdotter Lillos in Sentimental Value, she's not going to get it though, or Amy Madsen in Weapons, she's also not going to get it. There are several people who ought to have been nominated in this category who were not nominated in this category. Now, Emma Stone should have been nominated for Eddington. She's been nominated in other categories, but she should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Eddington. Grace Lee should have been nominated for Late Fame. And for me, if Grace Lee had got the Tromsø Twilight Academy Award, I would have been satisfied. But I'm giving it to Sally Hawkins for Bring Her Back. Sally Hawkins was magnetic in this role. You might argue that she was the star, but I don't really think she was. She was not the central character. She was the antagonist. And she just played like a horrifying but hilarious, charismatic, appalling performance that even managed to have a degree of pathos. Sally Hawkins is getting the award. Though I was kind of lukewarm on Sinners because of the final act kind of turning into a mess, in my opinion, I think probably Coogler should get Best Director this year at the Academy Awards of the people that they nominated. However, they forgot to nominate Annapurna Sriram for Fuck Toys. And this, in my opinion, is the best directing of 2025. We are giving Best Directing to Fuck Toys. Best International Film, without a doubt, by a country mile, is The Currents from Argentina. This film is subtle, creative, playful, has beautiful use of music, brilliant central performance. Everything about the film is perfect. Of the films I nominated in this category, the imaginary nominees, The Currents is taking it. Best International Feature. Best Original Music Score is going to The Testament of Anne Lee. I don't know if maybe The Testament of Anne Lee came out so late that it doesn't qualify for the Academy Awards, because it doesn't make sense to me that this film wasn't nominated for Best Original Score. The songs, okay, they're adapted from old kind of hymnals or psalms that the Shaker community was singing, but what they've done musically, like the actual musical compositions that they've created, are just completely mind-blowing, and they create an incredible texture in the film. This absolutely should be getting Best Original Score. Now we're coming to Best Picture. This film was nominated in the Oscars for Best International Picture, but Tromsø Twilight Academy Awards, we are giving it Best Feature, Best Picture, Best Movie, Sirat. This movie, mind-blowing, already a classic, will be remembered, cinematically perfect. I wasn't sure when I saw it, but like in the week since I saw it, this film has just been with me constantly. Best film of 2025, by a country mile, Sirat getting the prize. Best Original Screenplay, we are giving it to Zach Kreger for the screenplay for Weapons. The reason being that this was a really creative and well-structured, fascinating and mysterious way of writing a horror film with the different characters, the different shifting perspectives. The first female protagonist of the film was such an excellent character. The way that the story kind of builds up, and it just seems completely insane until it kind of falls together. And then the final act of the film is so ridiculous and hilarious. It's just great writing. We're giving Best Original Screenplay to Weapons. And we are giving Best Adapted Screenplay to Rebecca Sonnenschein, who wrote for the screen the manuscript for The Housemaid. We're giving Best Adapted Screenplay to The Housemaid. Don't at me. Don't come for me. You're lucky I didn't give Sydney Sweeney Best Supporting Actress. She deserves it. You're all insane saying that she can't act. She killed it in the film. She was amazing. But the screenplay for The Housemaid is just great. Like, it's full of tropes. It's camp as Christmas, but it's so fun. It's so effective. And it's like a kind of throwback to like a kind of classic thriller screenplay. I loved it. Those are the Tromsø Twilight Academy Awards. I would like to invite you to give me your alternative Oscars. Make a video if you'd like with your alternative Oscars. Just remember, the only rule is that the person or the film getting the prize cannot be nominated in that category at the actual Oscars. What do you think about my choices? What do you think about my picks? Let me hear yours. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.